Yo, 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 what's up, people? This your boy P. Ross, aka King P, back with the homie.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Micah, aka CMS, aka the one, the baby boy of the Purple Underground.
And together
we are. Bam!
We don't need to meditate right now, man. I think they know what it is. I think they're meditating right now.
Let it breathe, then.
Alright, what we got for y'all today?
Special.
You know what I mean?
Another
One of my
throwback.
favorite records, albums of all time. And this artist has been a bit controversial over the years. You know what I mean?
Just a little bit.
She has been very sexual. She has definitely made great music and considered one of the greats in pop music.
Definitely.
And we are talking about Madonna. Self-titled joint. Look at that. You know what I'm saying?
You need to take that joint out the plastic, man.
Take it out the plastic, word.
Yeah, you need to take that out the plastic, man, so they can really see.
And
that great photo, man.
This is an original copy, by the way, a first pressing, right here, from 1983. Nice. You know what I mean? You know, so just to let y'all know, that's how the Purple Underground get down. You know what I'm saying? Nothing less. You know.
No doubt. That was a great album cover, man. She looked really fine, fine on that cover.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I've actually seen quite a few photos from that period. And
yeah, that one you sent me was the bomb, though.
Yeah, Madonna was definitely hot to death during that period. You know, man.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Right.
Yeah. So, and also this year celebrates its 35th anniversary.
35
yeah.
years.
35 years since the debut self-titled album. Yeah.
Wow.
Which was released July 27th, 1983 on Sire and Warner Brothers Records. And so the album, produced 5 singles, I believe?
Yep.
Everybody.
Burning Up.
Holiday, Lucky Star, and Borderline. And this album peaked at number 8 on the Billboard 200 and eventually ended up being certified 5 times platinum in the U.S., I believe.
Right.
So that's pretty big for a debut album, man.
Oh, hell
yeah. And I would say, I mean, you're a little bit more familiar with this album just because I'm sure you were very much into the album by the time it came out. But I would say this was a game changer in a lot of ways when it came to pop music.
What it showed was that it has, to me, a heavy disco sound. You know what I mean? And it just showed that disco hadn't died yet. You know what I mean? I don't ever think disco really died, though. But it just showed that there still was I mean, it all depends. You get a disco song every now and then.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So something that completely died, you never hear of again. And disco has kind of stuck around. Even if it's old stations playing it, whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean? But to me, it just showed that it just never died by this point. You know what I mean? And it actually produced some great music.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you about this album producing some great music. This clearly I can hear this album being played in the clubs or back in the day where they referred to also as discotheques. Just a lot of these The music just has a lot of infectious pop songs. You know,
True that.
hands down.
True that.
You know, no doubt.
Right. Would you consider this album to be one of the greats of the '80s?
Definitely,
Okay.
definitely,
That's what's up. That's what's up.
definitely.
Me, I definitely consider it one of the great records of the '80s. Um, it's really one that I spent a lot of time with. I'll tell you a story.
Hmm.
In the projects, right, Law Holmes, we had to
Right.
move, right, because my older brother moved out, and we no longer needed we needed a 2 bedroom, but we had to move into a smaller 2 bedroom. So it was me and my brother.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We had to move out this furniture. So
Right.
it was like we moved from one side of Law Holmes up the street to where my grandmother lived at, in the same building my grandmother lived in, as a matter of fact. You know what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
in rotation in my house, it was this album, like just in rotation, like music just playing.
Right.
Madonna self-titled. Purple Rain, the album wasn't out yet, but uh, When Doves Cry, 17 Days, The Flip Side, and Michael Jackson's Thriller was like in total rotation, like that whole time where we was moving. So when we
Mm.
get back to the house, we would just flip the record over and let it play, moving back and forth, and then like we go from Madonna, then Prince, and then all that, and Michael Jackson. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? It was cool, man. It was cool as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah,
That's what's up, man.
I definitely
That's a
spent a lot of time with this album.
right, right. Yeah, that's a good story. For
And matter of
me,
fact,
uh,
this is the same album that we played. This is it.
that one right there.
This is the copy. Yes, yes, sir. Yep.
Oh, okay.
So you know,
Yeah. For me, and I probably should have said this at the beginning of the video, but I sometimes I try to remember when was the first time that I really discovered Madonna's music. I think visually, I want to say it was off her second album, like a Virgin, probably the videos for Material Girl. But I know I heard songs like Lucky Star and Borderline probably before that. I probably just
right,
didn't know who she was.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Because, I think a lot of times when you get to know who a certain artist is, and then you hear a song or a previous song that you didn't know that was by now, you're like, oh, wait a minute, I heard this,
right. Yeah, for sure.
before I heard, you know what I'm saying? Like, a certain other song. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I didn't have this album back in the day. Um, See, a lot of my music that I would hear would come out of my sister's,
Right,
stereo. So I really don't recall if she had Madonna, but
right,
I know Madonna was probably coming out of that stereo system at some point.
right.
So, but I still need to actually get the physical copy of this album at some point. I have it on MP3 flat files, but you know, still gotta get the physical copy. Yeah, I know. Still gotta get a physical copy. Now I've been looking for one.
I
Now,
may have an extra for you.
okay, I've been looking for an original. Now I don't mind getting a reissue. I
No,
have seen
I
a
have
reissue
another
copy.
original that I may part with that I'll
Okay,
get.
yeah, because this is certainly worth having in the collection,
Right.
definitely. So. So, I
So
mean, with that being said, since I guess this is sort of like giving our conclusions of the album, you want to go into what are your 5 favorite songs
Yes, I can
off
definitely
of
do
it?
that. I can definitely do that. Of course, my favorite is probably Lucky Star.
It's a
Um,
good one.
then I'll go with Burning Up,
Pretty good song.
Borderline, Holiday,
Mm.
and Think of Me.
Okay.
My fave fives off of this album.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna start from the bottom. I'm gonna go from 5 all the way up, count down
Okay.
5 to 1. So I'm gonna go with Physical Attraction. I that's a song that's sort of grown on to me, man. I like the bass line on that. Think of Me, definitely one of my favorites. Um, I would say Holiday. What's that? 3.
Yeah.
Lucky Star,
Hmm.
and then my favorite, and this is probably my favorite song by Madonna, Borderline.
Yeah.
Borderline, love it, love that song.
Yes, sir. So if you had to
So
rate this album out of 5 turntables, what would you give it?
I'm gonna give it for now. I'm gonna give this a strong 4.5 out of 5. It's pushing 5 though, but I'm gonna give it 4.5 out of
Right.
5.
I think I agree with you with the 4.5. I can go for that. Yeah, I definitely agree
Okay.
for sure. So, yo, people, check this out. If you have not heard Madonna's self-titled album, which I'm imagining that you already have, but if you
Hmm.
haven't, go check this joint out. It's definitely worth a few spins. All right,
No doubt.
so you know.
And this year, celebrating its 35th anniversary, the debut of one of the biggest music icons ever, man. Definitely. And matter of fact, why don't you show the people that beautiful vinyl again, just one more time before
One
we
more
check
time.
out of here, man. There it is. Yeah. Damn, she looks fine on that cover.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
just saying, just saying.
Yeah, just
So you
saying.
know.
So, again, thank you to everybody who's subscribed to the channel. We're gonna keep dropping more videos.
Yeah,
Check
thank
us
you to
out on
everybody.
Facebook.
Shit.
Check us out on Instagram. And just shout out to everybody, who's doing their thing for us, like when it comes to the Prince podcasts, YouTube channels, blogs, whatever, man.
Whatever
Facebook
you
group
do.
pages,
Yeah, and I
you know.
definitely want to send a special shout out to like the subscribers and like the new subscribers that we've generated. We've generated a lot of new subscribers, so I really want to give a shout out to all y'all for showing us the love. We
Definitely.
really
Much love.
appreciate it, and we're gonna keep this thing rolling. Yo, Madonna, self-titled album. Get into it.
35th. Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.